condition of the police force was indeed insecure. Violent acts such as murder were committed with impunity by cruel and reckless men. Even those who were weak nevertheless found it safe to commit lesser crimes such as theft and robbery. Without the restraining influence of a powerful organization such as the police force, the passions of men were aroused easily and the lawlessness prevailed everywhere. This state of affairs caused great sorrow and acute anxiety to whole communities, and everyone lived in constant fear. The establishment of the police force, however, has changed the state of affairs in society. It has enabled the law courts, which have existed since ancient times, to function more efficiently. Criminals are apprehended and punished with the help of the police force to deter others from committing unjust acts to innocent citizens. Most people, therefore, have learned to control their criminal tendencies. Think about it. The Gambia is one country where in broad daylight, someone can stand in a little corner, count up to 50,000 dollars without being mugged. MashaAllah. Thanks to the security system and the police force respectively. The alertness of the police force in the detection of crimes has not only discouraged most people from breaking the laws of society, but also compelled them to exercise restraint and self-discipline. Consequently, security as a whole is more peaceful than what it was before the establishment of the police force. As the aim of the police force is to promote the welfare of society, it is constantly engaged in creating the conditions in which people can live and pursue their own affairs without the interference from thoughtless individuals. The rights of every member in society are protected by the courts through the agency of the police force, which is therefore a source of inspiration and hope to all law-abiding citizens. Any interference from one citizen to another is frowned upon by the big guys. So in their efforts to promote the welfare of society, the police force extends its activities even to the most remote regions in the country. If a man is lost in a forest or at sea by his own fault or otherwise, members of the force will do their utmost to find and bring him back to his family, however unpleasant the effort may prove. Seldom do they give up their search if they are certain that the man still survives. This is just a single example out of probably a million more. Dedicated to the service of the society, they are prepared to work under any conditions to protect a person, sometimes even at the risk of losing their own lives. The knowledge of the activities in which the police force is engaged has increased the confidence and moral strength of the people. Thus, people today can live in greater security and happiness than they could before. You must agree with me that security in this country is second to none within the sub-region. And of course, all thanks to the able leadership in the presidency of His Excellency, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh. And because of this, society therefore owes a great debt of gratitude to the police force, and not only them, but to the military and all other security organizations and outlets. Gachingala Masers, Yala Dole Tahawu, may the peace we have in our beloved Mother Gambia remain abundant till the end of time. Ameen. There you have it with this week's segment of Dino's Take Home at You Show. We can hamna next week, inshallah, when I would fulfill my promise. Exclusive segment. Don't miss it. Your attention has been wholeheartedly appreciated. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you very much, Mudiwa Gokladef. You know, you put me on the spot about when I called you. I have people texting me right now saying, how can you do that to me? How can you do it to me?
We're talking about community policing. In the issue of the police on magazine, we are putting up a story on national security.
Yeah.
And we identified people that we wanted to interview. Somebody from the diplomatic corps, somebody from the media.
I think you sent me a letter about that.
And followed up with a call. You promised to get back to me, you never did.
I didn't know.
What role are you playing?
I didn't know, because you see what what you did to me. I don't want you to do it again. Anyway, let me just say this. The language. When the police talk to people, sometimes the way they talk to you, move, come, go. I mean, those are the old-fashioned way of talking to people. Don't you tell them that they need to be a little bit diplomatic in their dealings with people?
You see, Fatu, we are aware of that, and in the soonest possible time, we are going to rid of that. Now, we know that some people have been in the system for too long. Trying to change them is going to be difficult or rather impossible. Now, what the police command is trying to do is to introduce in the curriculum of the training program client care. So possibly in the next few years to come, if you meet a police officer and the police officer approaches you, you will not only want to shake hands with them. If you don't mind, you will want to give them a hug.
Oh, that would be nice. And client care, yeah?
It doesn't just stop at police officers having bad approaches towards people, but also civilians having a prepared mind about the police to be very negative in their approaches. I some time ago had someone come to our office, offered her a drink, and she was like, come police in there, definitely. You were very different. I'm like, it's normal.
What is it? And they have learned to be nice and give somebody a
so
drink.
Nice to people, have courtesy and everything. It's very important in policing because even the word police definition has courtesy in it. So I think people have to change their perception about the police and make it positive.
Okay, well, I'm afraid the time is up and we will have to cut it here. But I think we'll have to work on having you on the show again. I'll talk to the producer about it, and because I'm sure you have a whole lot to talk about, right?
There is a lot of music about the police.
Okay. And now final word before you leave quickly in about 5 seconds.
We have a gift for you.
You have a gift for me? Oh, that's nice. The magazine. Yes. Oh, this is nice, yeah.
And we urge you to watch out for our next edition.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. And yes. But I will read this and make my comments on my Facebook. Like you know, I have a lot of followers. I think it's over 17,000 people. And then I will talk to them about this and make sure that they all buy a copy and read the Police Show magazine. Well, it is the Fatu Show, and we would like to thank you very, very much for your time. And time is up, and we have to go until we come your way again next week. Have a very good one, and bye-bye.